Hello everyone and welcome back to Uzak's News on Uzreport TV channel. Today in our edition you can get acquainted with the latest exchange news and definitely with the quotations of the Uzbek Commodity Exchange. At the beginning of our program we traditionally offer you the results of trades on all trading platforms of Uzak's market and definitely the price dynamics of the top commodity positions. These were the main indicators of Uzak's exchange over the past week. Now let's dwell on to the latest exchange news. On May 11th this year, the President of the Republic of Uzbekistan held a meeting devoted to the important stage of grain reform. As noted at the meeting, the state will start selling and purchasing grain at market prices. At the same time, farmers and clusters will put their grain on the exchange market. In turn, the sale of cereals through open exchange trading will stimulate farmers' interest in increasing productivity and supply in the market, which will ensure their price stability. At the same time, in order to explain the essence and significance of expected innovations in the grain industry and the procedure for participation in the exchange trading, training seminars are held in all regions of the country, especially organized by the Uzbek Commodity Exchange for farmers and clusters. Similarly, on May 17, a meeting of the President of Uzbekistan was also held to improve the activities of the Uzbek Commodity Exchange. As the meeting noted, expanding the role of the exchange creates an environment for competition, opens new markets for business, solves the deficit problem. It also eliminates factors of corruption and shadow economy. The meeting identified the most important tasks to increase the volume of trading and increase the participation of local entrepreneurs in the exchange trading, according to which a new system of selling through the exchange of local goods at the district level will be implemented. All conditions will be created for the sale of wheat by farmers and clusters through exchange trading. The procedure for the sale of local commodities through exchange auctions will be simplified. As we can see on the screen, section of prospective commodities will be created. It is planned to reduce the exchange commission for the products of local entrepreneurs by half. Under tax control, there will be no additional inspection of goods sold or purchased by entrepreneurs through the exchange. New commodities will be put for sale through exchange trading, including liquid fertilizers, petroleum coke, naphtha, caustic soda, liquid emission oxide and technical oxygen, rolled metal sheet and steel balls, rod, stillage. In order to develop foreign trade operations, it is expected to launch new foreign trading pits of the exchange to simplify of the exchange export-import procedures. Now let's move on to the separate segment of the UZAX exchange trade platform. Generally, we're going to look more properly the non-ferrous metals market for January-May 2022. The volume of sales of the domestic exchange market of non-ferrous metals since the beginning of the year exceeded 30,000 tons. Average monthly sales amounted to about 6,000 tons. The maximum volume of sales falls on the month of March, as we can see on the screen, 8,000 tons. By mid-May, this figure was almost 2,500 tons, as we can see on the screen. In the reporting period, as well as for a number of recent years in the non-ferrous metals segment, the lion's share of the market is traditionally occupied by transactions with cathode copper, which goes with an absolute leadership position, as we can see on the diagram, which goes with a 64% cathode copper in the segment of non-ferrous metals market. The second position here is taken by zinc, which goes with 25%, and the third top leadership position here is taken by cathode rolled wire, which goes with 5% respectively. In terms of market conditions, copper on the domestic exchange platform shows different price movements based on demand and supply, as well as on the trend of world markets. Thus, in January-April, average copper prices rose from 113.5 million sums per ton up to its maximum price position, as we can see on the screen, 124.7 million sums per ton. In the month of May, the prices fell by 8.3%. down to 114.4 million sums per ton, back to the year-to-date value, as we can see on the screen, which is definitely quite positive news for the traders working in the segment of non-ferrous metals. The aluminium market displays an increase in prices either. Prices for aluminium in the month of January this year amounted to 24.7 million sums per ton, and in the month of April rose to 30.8 million sums per ton, which is also the maximum price position since the beginning of the current year. The following months, prices declined slightly, and in the month of May, the price was 29.6 million sums per ton of aluminium alloys, as we can see on the screen, which is definitely due to the active position of the factory producers and their systematical performing into the UZAX exchange trade platform, exactly these kind of non-ferrous metals. So let's go and look more properly at the regional consumption, which will be the next. Tashkent and Tashkent province retained an absolute leadership position in consuming non-ferrous metals at the Uzbek commodity exchange. They accounted for about 89%, as we can see on the screen. The second position on consuming non-ferrous metals here is taken by Navoi region, which goes with 3.6% on consuming non-ferrous metals. And the third top leadership position here is taken by 3.2% Samarkand province, which is the third top leadership position on consuming non-ferrous metals at the Uzbek commodity exchange. The share of other regions is comparatively lower. These were all commands for today. Thank you for watching us and being with us. Do join us next week on Uzreport TV channel, and definitely visit our website at www.uzax.uz. See you next week. Bye.